Most people think billionaires wake up in a mansion, step into a supercar, fly on a private jet, and spend the rest of the day enjoying life. It sounds like the perfect dream. Unlimited money, unlimited freedom, no stress. But here's the surprising part. The richer someone becomes, the less their day looks like a vacation. In reality, many billionaires spend their time making thousands of decisions, solving problems that affect millions of people, and managing businesses worth more than entire countries. So what does a full 24 hours actually look like? Let's find out. The day usually begins before the rest of the world wakes up, not because every billionaire believes in waking up at 4 a.m., but because they want control over the quietest hours of the day. Some prefer an early workout, while others enjoy a slow morning with family and breakfast. There isn't one perfect routine. Some leaders check emails immediately, while others avoid screens altogether for the first hour. The common pattern isn't the time they wake up. It's that they intentionally choose how their morning begins instead of letting other people dictate it. Imagine a tech billionaire waking up in a modern mansion. Sunlight fills the room as the curtains open automatically. Instead of scrolling through social media for half an hour, they spend a few quiet minutes thinking about the day ahead. Coffee is ready, news headlines are quickly scanned. Overnight reports from teams around the world have already arrived because while they were asleep, another part of the world was working. By 7 or 8 in the morning, the workday has already started. Assistants have prepared schedules down to the minute. Meetings have been rearranged, flights have been confirmed, important documents are waiting for approval. Every minute has a purpose because when your companies are worth billions, one decision can move millions of pounds in value. People often imagine billionaires spending their mornings buying luxury cars or relaxing by a pool. The reality is usually much less glamorous. Much of the morning is spent reading reports, reviewing numbers, discussing product launches, checking financial performance, and preparing for meetings. According to research tracking CEOs over several months, leaders spend a surprisingly large portion of their time communicating and attending meetings rather than making dramatic decisions every minute. Around mid-morning comes one of the most valuable parts of the day, decision-making. Should the company launch a new product? Should they buy another business? Should they hire thousands of employees? Should they enter a completely new country? These aren't decisions that can be made in 5 seconds. Teams present data, experts debate risks, and sometimes a single meeting determines the future of an entire company. Every choice carries enormous responsibility. A mistake doesn't just cost money, it can affect employees, investors, customers, and even global markets. By lunchtime, many people imagine expensive meals with gold-covered steaks. Sometimes that happens during business events, but on most days, lunch is surprisingly ordinary. For many executives, it's simply another working meeting. Conversations continue while food is served. New ideas are discussed. Problems are solved before dessert even arrives. The afternoon is where things become even busier. A billionaire rarely owns just one business. There may be investments in technology, healthcare, real estate, energy, entertainment, manufacturing, or dozens of startups. Each one demands attention. 1 hour could be spent reviewing factory production. The next could involve speaking with engineers developing new technology. An hour later, they might be discussing government regulations, marketing campaigns, or future expansion. No 2 afternoons are exactly the same because every business creates new challenges every single day. Travel is also a much bigger part of billionaire life than people realize. A private jet may look like the ultimate luxury, but for many billionaires, it's primarily a tool that saves time. Instead of waiting in airports, they can visit multiple cities in one day, attend meetings, and return home before midnight. The goal isn't showing off. It's protecting the one resource that even billions can't buy more of: time. Then come the unexpected problems. A product suddenly fails. A major investor becomes unhappy. A factory experiences delays. A competitor launches something unexpected. A cyber attack hits company systems. A public relations crisis begins trending online. While most people only hear about these events after they're resolved, billionaires often deal with them in real time. Entire teams gather within minutes. Phone calls begin. Emergency meetings replace planned schedules. The rest of the day's agenda changes instantly. This constant problem solving is one reason many billionaires say the job never truly ends. As evening approaches, work doesn't necessarily stop. Some attend charity events. Others meet entrepreneurs looking for investment. Some review long-term strategy with senior executives. Others simply catch up on documents they couldn't read earlier. According to leadership research, successful CEOs often create routines that help them protect their energy rather than trying to work every second of the day. Many intentionally reserve time for thinking instead of constantly reacting. Dinner is one of the few moments where many try to disconnect from business. For some, it's family time. For others, it's another business conversation. Some enjoy cooking. Others eat something quick before continuing work. Despite having unimaginable wealth, they still only have the same 24 hours as everyone else. Later in the evening, many spend time exercising, reading books, learning about new technologies, or planning the next day. Reading is especially common. New industries evolve quickly, and staying informed can create enormous advantages. A single idea discovered in a book or research paper can eventually become a billion-pound company. Before bed, tomorrow's calendar is usually already organized. Important meetings are confirmed. Travel plans are updated. Priorities are adjusted. Assistants coordinate with teams in different time zones, so work continues while one side of the world sleeps. Then the lights finally go off. But even while sleeping, businesses continue operating. Factories keep producing. Websites keep selling. Servers keep running. Employees across different continents continue working. Investments continue moving with the markets. The companies never really sleep. This is probably the biggest misconception about billionaire life. People think becoming rich means escaping work forever. In reality, for many self-made billionaires, wealth often brings even greater responsibility. They aren't being paid for the hours they physically work. They're being paid for the quality of the decisions they make. One great decision can create thousands of jobs. One bad decision can destroy billions in value. That's why so much of their day revolves around thinking rather than doing. The luxury isn't having nothing to do. The luxury is choosing what deserves their attention. Of course, not every billionaire lives the same way. Some wake before sunrise. Others start much later. Some work deep into the night. Others finish by early evening. Some love meetings. Others avoid them whenever possible. There isn't a secret schedule that creates billions. The routines are different because people are different. What they have in common is something much simpler. They treat time as their most valuable investment. Money can always be earned again. A failed investment can sometimes recover. A business can be rebuilt. But an hour that's gone is gone forever. And that's perhaps the biggest lesson hidden behind the mansions, supercars, and private jets. The real difference isn't that billionaires have more hours than everyone else. It's that they spend those same 24 hours making decisions that can shape companies, industries, and sometimes even the future itself.